Welcome, comic frontliners, to the latest Indy Planet Haul. Now your host, Dan Sen. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's get started here with a little Indy Planet Haul, which is not going to be little, it's going to be big, because I've been neglectful in sharing with you what I've gotten from Indy Planet lately, and it has been quite a few books here. Um, it's actually through three orders, so let's just go through this, see what I got. Now, we're going to start out with the books from Irongate Comics, okay? There's a little symbol right there, Irongate Comics. And they have kind of like a handbook series, which is the Irongate universe. There was issue 1, 2, and 3 of this. As you can see, they kind of go over on the cover which characters are going to be featured. Popping open, you get like a pinup, some character art pieces, and then, a full directory of the character. So, if you're a fan of the handbook style books, which I am, this is very useful, especially with Irongate. They're coming out, pretty strong with a full universe. So, having like kind of like a scorecard to see who's who is pretty helpful. So, as I said, here we have number 1. There you have the second issue, more characters. And issue 3. Now, truth be told, I never read the entire Handbook to the Marvel Universe or DC Who's Who. I mean, that's a lot of reading. This, I liked 3 issues. I was able to get through it. And again, the characters were very interesting. Now, following up, you have this book right here, All Winter Society number 1. And you always got to like when they have those Perez-style headshots around the... maybe Perez isn't the originator of that, but I always associate it with him. You get the headshots around here, a main illustration. And again, this is a very good book. Kind of like you have like a World War II era incarnation of this All Winter Society, and then you had like a present day incarnation. And the story kind of has a transition from one to the other. Very well done. Like the art, like the colors, like the story, like the characters. So that's a lot of liking, which means, I would recommend it. Let's see. Writer, actually, Rodney Lockett is kind of like the brainchild behind the whole line. Art and letters, Joe DeSantos on this one. Editor, Lorenz Lano. So, again, Rodney does a good job with the writing, and Joe does a good job with the art. Give you a little preview peek there for those who want. That's a good thing about having, again, the physical copies on these YouTube reviews, is that I can give you a little peek and you can kind of judge for yourself a little bit on what you think. But All Winter Society number 1, I enjoyed it. And another book that Irongate put out, Guardians of Creation, rather. Okay? This book, he actually had the Guardians of Creation. That's like the characters on this side, actually, or some of them. And then over here is some of the guest stars. Rodney sought out, I guess. I recognize some of the characters from DeviantArt. So perhaps these are characters. There's a good number of people on DeviantArt who get a lot of like commissions of their character, but they don't necessarily publish into a comic book. Actually, in Argo 5 number 18, I myself had a number of these people guest starring. I mean, hundreds of illustrations of their character. And I don't know if there's no desire to do so, or if it's just a lack of trying to put that all together, because illustrations are a lot easier than having a full story, lettering, colors, printing, the whole bit. But again, there are those guest stars. Again, I'm thinking from DeviantArt, but they could be from other places as well. And Rodney Lockett, again, the writer, and artist Jardel Cruz, colorist and lettering Warren Montgomery, color flats James Pinafiel, I'll go with. Editor again, Lorenzo Leno. Now, Jardel Cruz actually did an issue of Sorority of Power for me. I believe issue number 11, I'm going to say. So I was already familiar with Jardel's art, and I like Jardel's art a lot. Again, let's give a little peek here into some art. Okay. Very great art by Jardel. He has a great style. So, again, throughout the whole thing, writing, art, colors, another book I enjoyed. Okay, actually, I've read all the Irongate stuff already, even though I just got this one. Kind of climbed to the top of my reading list here. And I encourage people to go check them out. All right, now, moving on to Furious Monkeyfist, which people who've been watching my Indie Planet hauls know that I've been buying this series, Four Horse Femmes, since the beginning. And this is the 10th issue. As you can see, it's proudly displayed right there. The X is for 10, Roman numeral. And Stuart Black is behind this, I believe, doing everything. So, yes. Okay. Again, highly recommended. Art, writing, colors, a little peek. Okay. This is actually still within the alien invasion storyline that I described on the last haul. And again, I'm a little behind on getting this haul done. So we even have issue 11. Okay. Four Horse Femmes 11. Okay. So it's keeping up a pretty good pace. For all those people who are, sometimes you're a little hesitant with the indies because you figure, okay, they're going to do like 2 issues or 1 issue, have a cliffhanger, and I wasted my time. No. Okay, here you have Stuart Black cranking out this great book, Four Horse Femmes, and we're up to issue 11. All right. Speaking of people I know who do a great job with a comic series, Oniric Comics. Okay, Chris Malgrain is the driving force behind that. And here's a 3rd issue of The Art of Chris Malgrain. Again, I had mentioned this before in stating that I picked up 1 and 2. Great art style, a little bit akin to John Byrne, in my opinion. And let's see, trying to, well, any illustration will do, but there's a little bit of his style. Okay. Chris does a great job with his book. Okay, The Formidables, which there's an ad on the back of the cover here. And he also has book Rocket Science. Okay, this is issue 3 of Rocket Science. So, here's some advertisements on the back for his titles. You can freeze frame that if you like. But highly recommend the Oniric Oniric Comics rather, series of books. Okay. Here we have New Guard, which, again, I'm a big Super Team Comics fan. Okay, this, I guess they didn't want even a spoiler as to what the characters looked for, which is kind of ballsy, I guess, as far as having you order the book without knowing what they look like. But there you go. For those who rather have an idea of what they're getting into, which, again, the majority of people might. Let me just give it a little look-see here at the art, which I think is very good. Art and colors, well done. And yeah, overall, I'm apt to recommend this one. Story, Andrew Lorenz. Art by Keenan. Oh boy. Halilovic, I'll go with. Okay? Halilovic. There it is. Okay? And again, I did get around to reading this because, again, I'm not entirely up on everything as far as doing the hauls, but I have been getting through some of these books and enjoying them. Okay, so okay, I'm not entirely sure of the company name on this one because here I believe it's the symbol S17, but looking up New Garden Indie Planet, you'll be able to check it out. This was another good one. I did read Battle Team Omega. Okay, number one. There's a look-see at Battle Team Omega. Hyper Smash Studios. Okay, Hyper Smash Studios, Battle Team Omega. Again, as a Super Team fan, I was willing to take a gamble. Sometimes if you're ordering from Indie Planet, you could do a little web search. Most of these books will have a Facebook page or a website of their own, and you can usually see at least some preview art as to what's what and see if it looks up your alley, which it was up my alley. I mean, look at this. Boom. Double page spread of a team charging at you. What could be better in indie comics, right? Liked the characters very much. Liked the art style that I just showed. Overall, here's the highest recommendation. If there's an issue 2, I'm there. All right. Another super team. Let's see. I was just looking for the Okoma Design is the company. Okay, the Advanced. Number 1. Okay, again, a cool looking super team shot. Let's give a little interior art look-see right here. And yeah, overall, some interesting concepts. And I did like the art. So, I mean, overall, it's my type of book. And if you're a Super Team fan, you probably get a kick out of this one. That's a very cool character design. All right. So, the Advanced, what did I say? Okoma Design. Let's see if there's some credits handy. Okay, Jonathan Wynn, storyteller, designer. Kathy, I'm going to say Gwyn, colorist, and Zaki Hussain, cover colors. Okay, so there you go. Get some credits there for that one. And by Story Studios, got Spire City Noir. Okay, it's kind of a one-shot spinning out of the Johnny Saturn. Well, I don't know it's a one-shot. It's number 1, so maybe there will be number 2. But it spins out of the Johnny Saturn series, which that's the character on the cover. There's a whole series of Johnny Saturn comics, which I do have and have enjoyed. Okay, Scott's story is a story in colors on this one. He usually does the art for Johnny Saturn, but he has Les Lyndon Garner doing the art here, Mike Harper doing the cover colors, and Benita G. Story edits. So yeah, Scott's story's been at it a while with Johnny Saturn. I've enjoyed the series, and I did enjoy this one shot as well. All right, now Heroic Publishing puts out this sensational G-Girl. Okay, it's a little racy cover, as you can see. But the cover and story and art of G-Girl in this one, Gaetano Petrogrino, I will say, who has done, a little art for me as well. That's what kind of drew me, actually, to this issue, is the fact that I really like his artwork. And, we have some other stories here. So, I mean, usually Heroic is going to have 2 or 3 stories per issue. They put League of Champions out, Spark, or Spark Plug. Flare was another title Heroic puts out. So Heroic has been around for years. They are on Indy Planet, and they are offering color editions of previously published black and white books, which is of interest to me. But let's see here. Story and art, Gaetano Petrogrino, as I said on that one. Then we have another story by Dennis Maloney and Giansario Caracuzzo. Colors Flavia Caracuzzo. Letters Dick O'Malley. So we even have another story by Dennis Maloney and Henry Martinez. I guess that's, who does the story and who does the art. But here's an ad, actually, for the Heroic line. You can see a whole bunch of books that they've put out, as I mentioned. There's a story page with Gaetano Petrogrino's art. So the whole Heroic line is available on Indy Planet. You can pick and choose what you like. Power Comics, Lion Man #1. Okay, it just looked interesting to me. So I figured I'd pick it up. Yet to get to the whole story. It's kind of a big issue. But the art looks good. Colors look good. And the concept just seemed interesting when I read about it. So I did pick this up. This one, I thought the cover was exceptional. Red Leaf Comics, Power Core Tales #1. So I said at the very least I'm going to enjoy this cover. There's a number of stories in here. It is a black and white book, but yeah, some indie superhero characters, which is always a winner for me. So can't say I've gotten to it yet, but I will. And overall, quality looks pretty good. This is a little faded here, I think, the printing. But again, the characters look good. The write-up of what the book was about on the Indy Planet listing looked good to me. And at the very least, like I said, you have a really great cover. So, yep, Red Leaf Comics, Power Core Tales #1. And, okay, we got Afro Stache Studios, okay, which I've read their Poverty Pack book. So that's what got me into checking out this. We got Afro Fist versus Protector Force. Okay, super teams. I mean, they know how to rope me in, I'll tell you that. Because indie super teams, usually an interesting subject matter for me. And the design looked good. And again, I knew Poverty Pack was good. So I gave it a shot. And talking of, wow, I should have coupled this with that other release, because this is another book from S17, Canadian Core. So And I really like these look of these characters. Give you a little look on the inside art here. Always try to pick something that's not too spoily or anything. Okay. Oh, well, here's the whole S17. Actually, I have Legacy from them as well. So I think that's their main character pretty much. But you can see they've had a number of releases up, and now we know what S17 is. September 17 Productions. So there you go. All right, moving on. This is let's see. I know this isn't actually Charlton. It says Charlton, but okay. Charlton, but I know it's under a different company name in Indie Planet. All right, but what we have here, okay, this was a bit of a one-shot. Super Gorillas versus the All-American Victory Legion. Okay, All-American Victory Legion seems to be the public domain characters. Okay. Actually, right here we can see Amazing Man, which has a series, but again, he's public domain. Indie Planet, there is an Amazing Man series that I've been buying, as some people will note, and I really enjoyed that book. But it's from a different company. This is another company's version of Amazing Man, and I guess it's kind of harkening back to the Silver Age here. And Alan, oh, not Alan. Yeah, Alan Kupperberg is the driving force behind all this. Story and art by Alan Kupperberg, perhaps a well-known creator for his work and DC. I believe Captain Marvel. He did a number of issues for. Mort Todd, editor-in-chief. Paul Kupperberg, executive editor. Roger McKenzie, managing editor. Jennifer King, assistant editor. So, you know, basically the creative part is by Alan Kupperberg, and, you know, he's a really great artist. So, art, colors, everything looks great. Haven't had a chance to read it yet, but as you know, in DC Silver Age, gorillas was a popular theme, so this seems somewhat appropriate. Okay, and actually this Charlton got an ad on the back cover for a number of books. So you can check out Indie Planet for that. Powerverse. The 101 Powerverse source book. So again, we have a handbook style thing going on here to guide you into the Powerverse. Okay, we have some contributions here by Larry Stroman, some of the pages. Larry Stroman, well known for his work. Milestone, I believe, was the DC imprint that Larry Stroman was popular with. Prologue written by Vince White. So, looked pretty good. So I decided to go check it out. Now, here's someone who I'm a bit more familiar with. This is by Sean Harrington, Kiss Me Kinda Deadly. Okay. Spying with Lana is a series of comics, but now it seems like he's doing more or less trades here. So yeah, spyingwithlana.com. You see the cover for some of the other trades. I will warn that this is an adult book, so you should be an adult if purchasing this. But his airbrushed artwork, okay, I'm not going to open it up in case there's anything too racy here, but yeah, that airbrush style Sean Harrington does phenomenal. Okay, there's action, there's comedy, there's beautiful artwork. Can't say enough good things about the whole Spying with Lana series. Again, keep in mind it's an adult title, so if you know, you don't want it just sitting around where the kids can get at it if there are kids in your household. But I'll make the highest recommendation for the Spying with Lana series. Now, here's a few things that weren't Indie Planet, but I did have, and I had gotten from Tim Tyler, who I've raved about in the past. I got this Fiends #2 book. Okay, Fiends 3 with a Kickstarter that I backed. Fiends 1 I had ordered from him directly as well. Tim Tyler, I have the bookmark that he which came with the book. It's kind of like a toe tag or something. So I kept that in the book. It wasn't a bookmark that I haven't read it, which I did. Well, you can see his art style right here on the cover. Okay. Tim's inks are like second to none. Just the whole art, his whole art style is very detailed, and I don't want to give away too much here, but you know, there is some horror elements usually, so any fans of The Walking Dead are gonna like this. But the imagination Tim has always put into his work, the level of craftsmanship he's put into his work, and again, in ordering this, he went the extra mile with stuff like this. You know, blood riddled bag that the book came in, which I took the book out so I can show it to you, though. Not enough good things could be said of Tim Tyler's work. Okay, here it is. This is an official Red House gore bag. So Red House is the imprint, and this is Fiends again 2. I would track down his next Kickstarter, get everything if he has all the back issues available, or try to contact Tim. Tim Tyler with a Y. Well, not the Tim, but the Tyler part. And I'd highly recommend that. Now, another indie book I picked up, not through Indie Planet, but ordered direct, Reformed School Girls. Okay, they're the Reformed School Girls. Actually publishing my own Sorority of Power book. I was interested in another person's take on superheroines in a school environment. So Reformed School Girls piqued my interest, and I'd have to say that it was done very well. This does say mature reader as well. So, and this is issue 0. Okay, the Reformed School Girls. Let me just get writer Nathan Sanders, artist Tim Phillips. Okay, and they both do an excellent job. Oh, let's see what the company name. Anatomically Correct Comics. Okay, so again, high recommendation to go check out this book. Oh, let's open it up if we can. Make sure nothing's out of the realm of what you're allowed to see on the interwebs here. There you go. Okay. Recommend that one. Here is a book, Super Mansion. I've been really enjoying that on cable. Okay, television show, Super Mansion. So this was pretty much a comic version of one of the episodes, but what grabbed me here is this Rob Liefeld cover. Big fan of Rob Liefeld. Of course, he even did the cover of Argo 5 #6 and a few pinups within Argo 5. So when I saw that he had done the cover of this, I had to actually track it down, which what's funny is it's a New York Comic Con exclusive, and I was there that year, you know, was 2015? The year this came out. And I didn't, there's just so much to see at New York Comic Con. I must not have seen this table. I saw Raw, but I didn't see this book. Perhaps it was at the publisher's table rather than his. So, even though I missed out there, I was able to track down a copy and love the show. This issue was pretty much a retelling of one of the episodes. But again, it was cool to see it done in a comic book format, because obviously this is somewhat of a comic book style show. So, my last item here, something I had a part in creating, the Creators United 2017 calendar. Okay, so this is Creators United, the number of creators coming together on a, you can see Argo 5 right here, File 13, which is another book that I've been buying. And we have a number of, I'll give you a look-see at like what you can expect. There's Jeremy Scott Browning's Ajax, upcoming book, and you have the months there. Each month you can kind of keep track of. And, you know, I had an Argo 5 month as well. Here's the File 13 Castle Comics. Okay, so pretty much if you want a calendar and want to support indie comics, you can join Creators United on Facebook and just scroll down till you see a listing for the calendar, and you can order your copy. What was I going to say about this? I mean, you know, 2017 is rolling by. Still got some months left, and even beyond that, just as a way to enjoy some great artwork and to support indie creators. Actually, you're not really supporting indie creators, because all the proceeds rather, will go to the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. So you're really supporting them by picking this up. But you will be exposed to some great indie creations as well. All right, so we got through it. That's going to do it for this edition of the Indie Planet Hole. Keep coming back to Comic Frontline for your comics news, reviews, and entertainment. Check out my own channel, Argo Comics, ARGO Comics, and my website, argocomics.com, where I put out my own line of books, which are available at Indie Planet. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.